I am speaking to you now because your heart has been heavy with things you could not name, and the hour has turned in your favor even as you were unaware. You kept walking with a quiet ache in your ribs, collecting days like stones in your pocket, and I watched you when you thought no one saw you. I watched when you chose kindness while fatigue burned through your bones, when you wanted to slam the door but kept it open, when you bit your tongue instead of casting the first stone. I saw the nights you reached for me but feared you were reaching into empty air. I am not the empty air. I am near to you, and I am not late. You have been counting delays as denial, but what you called delay I called preparation. What you called silence I called the deep work where roots drink in the dark to sustain a harvest you cannot yet imagine. You are close to a turn that will not be reversed, and this is why you feel the restlessness, the sudden rise of old memories, the strange tightening in your chest before you step into a room. Do not call this dread. Call this the tremor before the door unlatches. You have heard the words 45 minutes left and felt both urgency and fear. I do not speak to frighten you, I speak to wake you. The habit of postponing your soul, the reflex to shelve what matters, the quiet agreement you made with numbness to spare yourself disappointment, I am dismantling these now. When you hear the clock in your spirit, do not hear a threat, hear a summons. I am interrupting the noise that taught you to skip yourself, to skip this moment, to skip me. There is a pattern you learned in another season, when survival required you to move quickly past what hurt, to keep your hands busy while your heart hid. That season formed a shield, but it also became a prison. You kept skipping the place where the light wanted to land. You kept changing the subject when your life reached for you. You turned down the volume when your name was being sung over you. No more. I am leaning over the edge of your ordinary day and saying, look at me, hear me, feel the weight of being loved. Because I am about to tilt the road beneath your feet toward goodness that will not negotiate, do not despise the small shivers of hope that pass through you while you read this. Hope has been punished in you, told to sit in the corner until facts improve, told to hush because it might embarrass you. I bless your hope. I call it out of timeout and place it in the center of the room. Hope is not fragile glass you must hide from reality. Hope is the lantern that lets you see reality's invisible instructions. You do not need to perform stability to be worthy of what is coming. You do not need to pretend bravery you do not feel. Bring me the tremble as it is. Bring me the stutter in your courage. Bring me the last 5% of you that you never hand anyone because that piece still thinks it is unlovable. I want that peace. I am not weary of your need. I am not rolling my eyes at your slowness. I am the one who took your pace into account before time began and still chose you for this hour. You have been repeating a sentence like a bruise. Maybe I am too late. Hear me tenderly and clearly. You are not late to a story I wrote. Your name is written in ink that does not fade with delay, and I do not misplace the ones I love. You were never meant to sprint through life's hallway in a panic, clutching keys that do not fit the door. I am handing you the right key now, and it is lighter than the chain you carried. Some doors do not open by force but by agreement, and your agreement is rising. Say yes without ceremony. Your yes is holy even in a whisper. Your yes is strong even with tear tracks on your cheeks. Your yes, right now, reshapes the interior map you use to navigate the days ahead. There will be a sound in your life that surprises you, and I give you peace about it in advance. It might be the ring of a phone you thought would never ring again, or the notification that pulls your breath into your throat, or the knock that arrives when you have stopped rehearsing what to say. Do not decide it is danger before you discern it is deliverance. Not every knock carries a threat, some knocks carry restoration. You have trained yourself to catalog risk because risk has visited you in the past, but now I am teaching your senses to recognize goodness so you will not close the door I am opening. Look for what carries clarity, humility, and fruit. These are the fingerprints of my work. Be wise, yes, but do not confuse suspicion with wisdom. Wisdom walks with peace, not with panic. Wisdom stands upright, not in a crouch. Wisdom remembers that I am with you in the room. There is also something I am removing from your hands. You will feel it like the loosening of a tight band around your wrist. You have carried an obligation that you mistook for love, and it has been draining your life in quiet increments. Love tells the truth, and the truth is that you are no longer required to bleed for what refuses to heal. I do not glorify exhaustion. I am not impressed by your collapse. I honor your compassion, but compassion anchored to self-erasure is not compassion, it is a slow unmaking. I am lifting from you the imaginary contract you signed under duress, the vow that said, if I never ask for anything, maybe they will stay. You can lay that vow at my feet. Let your no become a consecration, not a crime. I sanctify your boundaries. I put steel in your spine with gentleness in your mouth. Those who truly love you will adjust to your health, those who only loved your compliance will not. Let this separation happen without hostility. Some doors close without slamming. You have asked me for a sign in secret. You did not want to be childish, but you also did not want to miss the cue. You said, if you are really moving for me, let something small happen that only I would understand. Here is that small thing. Watch for the repetition of an unusual word in the next stretch of your day, a word you rarely hear, and when you see it twice, breathe and say, I receive this moment fully awake. The word is not magic, it is not a code. It is a kindness to your nervous system so your soul can relax its claws on control. I am not demanding that you leap off cliffs. I am teaching you to let me place the ground beneath your feet one step at a time. When you see the word, smile to yourself. The quiet smile is the first loosening of an old knot. There is also a gift you hid from yourself because unwrapping it once led to ridicule. You are going to reach for that gift again without theatrics, and it will feel like turning your face toward warm light after a long winter. Perhaps it is the song you keep half writing in your head, the story you stopped halfway through, the business idea that keeps tugging your sleeve, the class you bookmark and ignore, the garden you plan at midnight, the letter you owe yourself. Stop waiting for a guarantee that nobody will misunderstand you. They misunderstood me as well. You do not belong to misunderstanding. You belong to purpose. Purpose is not a spotlight, it is a lamp for your desk. Purpose is not applause, it is breath you didn't realize you were holding finally released. Purpose will not ask you to be someone else, it will ask you to bring the real you to the table and eat. Forgiveness is approaching you like a shy animal. If you move too quickly, it runs. If you are gentle, it stays. You have debated with yourself about who deserves release. Hear me, forgiveness does not make wrong things right, it makes you free to stop carrying them. Forgiveness does not re-enter unsafe rooms, it exits them with clarity. Forgiveness is not the unlocking of a cage for someone else, it is the unlocking of a cage in your own chest. I am not asking you to manufacture this with gritted teeth. I am asking you to let me do what only I can. Offer me the file folder of memories you keep revisiting like a courtroom clerk. Let me stamp it handled. You are not strong because you never felt pain, you are strong because you gave your pain somewhere safe to go. I am that place. There is money you have been afraid to talk about with me, as if I might scold you for needing it. I will not scold you. Practical needs are not enemies of spiritual life, they are part of it. I care about bread and rent and shoes for walking where I'm sending you. But hear this and hold it, I am not merely bringing provision, I am teaching you a new posture with provision. No more feast and famine choreography where joy depends on the balance. I am giving you the wisdom to steward steady streams, the patience to build reservoirs, the humility to ask for counsel, and the courage to say no to the glittering shortcuts that lead to a wilderness of regret. The unexpected resource will look like seed, not fireworks. Do not despise seed. Seed in wise soil will outlast spectacle. Regarding relationships, I am flattening a tangle you could not untie. You have reached the end of persuasive speeches, and that is a holy end. You are not responsible for outcomes you cannot produce. I bless your efforts, I release you from the illusion of control. When love becomes a negotiation where your worth is the currency, the price is always your peace. You will stop paying. As you do, you will notice silence that used to terrify you becoming shelter. You will feel the muscle memory of over-explaining begin to relax. In place of frantic justification, there will be a simple sentence growing inside you: I am allowed to be here. Let this sentence take up residence. Let it hang pictures on the walls and unpack the boxes. It belongs. You have dreamed of leaving certain rooms and entering others, but doors felt too heavy or instructions too vague. I am sending the right help at the right time. It will not arrive as someone who claims to fix you. It will arrive as someone who honors what I am already doing in you. Watch for integrity. Watch for people who do not need to be the sun in your sky to be happy to be a lantern in your hand. Partner with quiet competence. Partner with steady character. Partner with those who do not panic when storms pass overhead. You will discern them by their fruit, not their noise. When they speak, your inner waters will settle instead of churn. Trust that settling. I am also returning to you the ability to enjoy ordinary beauty without suspicion. You have been bracing against disappointment for so long that even good mornings felt like traps. I am softening that reflex. I am giving you back awe in increments that do not overwhelm you. The taste of something simple will feel like a benediction. The sky will host a color you have not noticed in years, and your chest will loosen. Do not rush past this. Joy is not irresponsible, it is oxygen. You do not need to apologize for breathing. You do not need to qualify your laughter. You are allowed to be whole in broad daylight. You are allowed to be healed and still honest about the scars. You are allowed to have a future that does not require you to betray your soul. As the hour turns, I ask you to do 3 small things that carry large power. First, put your hand over your heart and say your own name with kindness. This resets an ancient curse that taught you to speak harshly to yourself as a way to get things done. You will accomplish more with tenderness than you ever did with contempt. Second, release the need to rehearse worst-case scenarios as a superstition to keep them away. You do not ward off pain by pre-living it. You drain your joy without changing outcomes. Hand me the script. I will hold it until your hands stop shaking. Third, take one step, a phone call, a note, a task, a walk, a 5-minute start on the thing you keep delaying. Do not despise the smallness of the step. Small steps move mountains when taken consistently in the right direction. There are people who have misread your softness as a lack of strength, and you have tried to harden yourself to correct them. That is not necessary. The correction is this: you will keep your softness and deepen your strength. Think of a river. It looks gentle from a distance and carves canyons over centuries. Your presence can be like that, supple and unstoppable. You do not need to shout to be heard by the one who ordains your steps. You do not need to prove your value to someone who benefits from doubting it. Stand inside the assignment of being yourself. I will handle those who mishandle you. I will also confront the habits in you that mishandle you. Let me rearrange the furniture of your inner room for better living. I will not discard the pieces that are precious, I will show you where they belong. When the unexpected arrives, and it will arrive suddenly, anchor yourself in gratitude before you pick up a single pen to sign anything. Before you respond to any invitation, before you celebrate with anyone else. Gratitude is not a pretty bow, it is alignment. Say, I receive this and I return thanks. Then listen. Not every opportunity is yours, even when it flatters you perfectly. Not every compliment is a corridor. But what is yours will settle on you like a garment tailored to your shoulders. It will not pinch. It will not require you to shrink your honesty to fit in. The blessing of the Lord enriches without sneers. The door I open will not demand you pay with your peace. If peace drains out of you as you step forward, that is not the door. If peace deepens like a well as you move, you are walking the right hallway. You asked me in the dark if you would ever feel normal again. I am not offering you normal, I am offering you true. Normal is a moving target that keeps you anxious. True is a home that keeps you present. Be true and let the right people find you there. Let the wrong people lose interest at that address. Release the compulsion to chase what keeps you invisibly small. Turn instead toward the chairs I have set for you at a table that does not wobble. Sit and eat. Eat courage. Eat clarity. Eat rest. Then rise and do your work without asking your fear for permission. I am with you in the ordinary and the extraordinary, in paperwork and in prayer, in laundry and in leaps. I bless the work of your hands and the rest of your heart. I am also touching the place in you that still believes love must arrive dressed as drama to be real. Let that belief be washed out of you like sand from a wound. Real love will not keep you dizzy, it will keep you rooted. Real love may be quiet at first, but its quiet is not indifference, it is depth. You will know it by the way it makes you kinder to yourself without permission from anyone else. You will know it by the way it lets you keep your friends and your purpose. You will know it by the way it does not ask you to abandon the parts of you that survived. Do not rush to name it. Let it prove itself over time. I oversee the timing. You are not competing for it. You are becoming ready to receive it without self-betrayal. In this very moment, I am untying a knot of fear in the space between your ribs. Breathe in and notice the slack. This is not a trick of words, this is my hand. I am not tired of coming to you. I do not get bored of reminding you. I will keep calling until your name feels like a blessing in your own mouth. Hear me again with tenderness. Stop skipping the place where you meet me. Stop skipping the part of your day that feels like a waste because it has no immediate product. Stop skipping the truth because performance is applauded and honesty is quiet. The quiet place is where I wrap you in instructions that do not look like pressure. The quiet place is where I exchange your counterfeit urgency for true momentum. The quiet place is where you become unhurried on the inside so you can move decisively on the outside. Now, let what is about to happen not find you braced in dread but softened in readiness. I am not sending chaos. I am sending a turn, and turns feel sudden even when they were prepared over years. Trust the long work I have done in secret. Trust the deliberateness of my affection for you. Trust the correction I have carried in kindness to your doorstep. If tears come, let them. If laughter interrupts you in your kitchen, let it. If silence wraps around you like a shawl, sit inside it and know that you are not alone in that hush. You have never been alone, not for a single heartbeat. Not for a single breath you thought you took by yourself in the dark. Place your hand over your heart again. Say your name with kindness again. Whisper, I agree to be loved. This is not a one-time declaration, it is a doorway you will keep walking through, a rhythm you will keep choosing. Every time fear says skip this, you will remember the hour when I said stop skipping. Every time the old reflex tells you to push away what is good so you will not be disappointed, you will remember that I am the one who bears disappointment's weight and still calls you chosen. You will not disqualify yourself. You will not apologize for being carried. You will not minimize the miracle because you fear someone will resent it. Your gratitude will be loud enough to outsing resentment. I encircle you now with favor that does not require spectacle to be real. I quiet the storm of second-guessing that turns victories into investigations. I soften the sight of your future so it does not glare like a threat but glows like a path. Walk there with me. One step, then the next. If you stumble, I do not sigh, I steady you. If you forget, I do not punish, I remind you. If you delay, I do not revoke, I re-invite. This is the steadiness of my love. This is the spine of your new season. This is the hour when your hope stands up straight and looks out the window without flinching. Something unexpected is already moving toward you with my permission and my peace. When it comes, recognize me in it. You will not need to strain to see, you will feel the alignment like a door that opens on well-oiled hinges. You will notice how the moment asks you to be yourself more, not less. You will notice how your body stops bracing, how your mind stops spiraling, how your spirit says, finally. Answer that moment. Answer it with a steady yes. Answer it with a clear no to what no longer fits. Answer it with gratitude that does not beg for permission to be real. I bless your home. I bless your thresholds and your leftovers, your inbox and your sleep, your early mornings and your honest nights. I bless the room where you keep the private ache, and I bless the window that will finally be opened in that room. I bless the conversations that will rewrite old scripts and the quiet decisions that will anchor new chapters. I bless the part of you that kept believing when proof was scarce. I bless the practical steps you will take without drama. I bless the phone call, the message, the knock you will answer with peace. I bless the work that will not burn you out because you will no longer light yourself on fire to keep anyone else warm. I bless the comfort that will not soften your purpose but strengthen it. Do not rush to measure this moment. Receive it. Breathe it in like clean air after rain. Let your shoulders lower. Let your jaw unclench. Let your hands open at your sides. I am here. I am not in a hurry. And yet I am moving swiftly on your behalf. The hour changes now, not because you earned it, but because I have ordained it. You are not behind schedule. You are right where grace can find you. Walk with me into the next thing. And when you feel the old reflex to skip what matters, hear my voice again, steady and near. Don't skip this. Don't skip yourself. Don't skip me. I am with you. And I am making all things new. That I watched you when the sun broke open this morning, and I whispered to your heart before your eyes were even fully awake, because I wanted you to know I was near, closer than your breath, carrying what you could not name and what you could not tell anyone, and I tell you now. Do not be afraid of the weight you feel, because it is not a punishment. It is the press of my hand reshaping what was twisted by fear, delay, and disappointment. There are 45 minutes written across this moment of your life like a bright line, and I am calling you inside that line, not to scare you, but to focus you, to rescue you from the habit of skipping the very thing your soul has been begging me to finish. You have asked me for signs, and I have answered you in small ways, an unexpected call, a sentence in a stranger's conversation, a door you assumed would be shut that gently opened, and still you wondered if it was coincidence, and still you scrolled past the nudge. And still you decided to try later when it felt easier, and still your heart ached in the quiet. I am speaking to you now, and I am not angry, but I am holy, and holiness is love that refuses to leave you where it found you. Hear me, I am not a storm to run from, I am the shelter you have been circling without entering. There are 45 minutes inside this hour where you will feel me pull, tug, gather, and reorder the pieces of your life that have fallen into separate corners, and if you stop skipping me, you will sense a rearrangement that seems impossible in so little time, because I am the author of time and I can write a lifetime of restoration inside one obedient moment. You have carried an old sentence about yourself like a chain around your neck, a sentence you did not write but learned to recite. I always miss it. I am late to every blessing. I ruin good things. Nothing lasts for me. And every time you plan to step forward, those words pull you back into a familiar corner where you wait for the next blow. But I am removing that sentence now. I speak a new sentence over you. You do not miss me when you lean toward me, you do not ruin what I redeem, you are not late when I am leading, and what I establish cannot be broken by the fragile hands of fear. The reason it has felt like everything was withholding itself from you is that I refuse to let you inherit a life that would have crushed you. I waited until the roots of shame loosened enough for truth to breathe. Do not say I have wasted years, because I am the one who gathers years like a seamstress gathers fabric into a garment that fits the present body, and I am sewing the years you call wasted into strength that will not tear when I open the door you have prayed for. I know the room you sit in, the corner you prefer, the angle of light on the floor, the moments when you stop and stare at nothing because memories arrive without knocking. I remember your tears when you thought no one saw, and I did not waste them. Every tear is a seed of future clarity, and I am watering that ground right now. The reason this word sounds like urgency is not to frighten you. It is to pull you out of numbness. Urgency is the bell I ring when the train is arriving and your mind is wandering toward old stations that never served you well. There are messages you have skipped because you thought you were unworthy of direct love, but I am destroying the lie that says love is for other people and warnings are for you. Love is your root and warning is the guardrail that love builds when you near the cliff. Do you hear me? I have not been trying to control your life. I have been trying to protect your future from the voices that promise quick comfort at the price of your soul. Something unexpected is moving toward you now, not a trick, not a trap, not the old counterfeit dressed in new words. It is the alignment you asked me for when you had no audience and no plan but dared to say, God, if you are real, reorder my steps. The unexpected is not chaos, it is the sudden rightness that feels like a long breath after a season of tight lungs. Before this hour completes, you will sense a name you need to release from your daily rehearsals, and when you set it down, you will notice a pressure leave your chest. There will be a message or a sign, small but accurate, that lands in your life like a key, and you will know it is me because it calls you forward without shaming your past. Do not ask the wrong question, do not say, but why now? Say, show me the next faithful step. And take it while the ground is warm beneath your feet. I am anointing your next step, not your endless analysis, and I am giving you courage in the exact measure of your obedience. You have been afraid that if you open fully to me, I will take from you what you still love, even if it hurts you. Listen closely. I do not steal what you treasure, I transform what you offer. If I ask you to release a habit, a pattern, a conversation that drags you back into old weather, it is because I have something sounder to place in your hands. If I invite you to leave a doorway that flatters you and forgets you, it is because I have a table where you are remembered. I am not punishing you for the times you skipped me. I am healing the reason you skipped. Invisible vows you made to survive, vows of silence, vows of smallness, vows of never again, served you when you were injured, but they are now imprisoning a healed heart. Let me break them gently. You will feel the snap, and then the quiet. You will grieve what you lost because grief honors the truth, but you will not drown in it. I walked into waters deeper than yours and rose with a name that cannot be broken, and I carry you across with that same name written over your life. You have asked about provision, about the bill that stares at you like a stern face, about the opportunity that seems always 1 hour late, about the door you knock until your knuckles ache. Hear me, I am not only sending the answer, I am teaching you to carry the answer. If I multiplied for you without maturing you, the multiplication would crush you when the weather changed. But I am maturing your hands and your heart to hold the new thing without worshiping it. In these 45 minutes, do the small obedience that fear has mocked, write the message you have delayed, make the call you have rehearsed 10 times in your head, pick up the paper and plan what you pretend you do not need to plan, throw out the object that keeps you tethered to a night I already ended, step outside and tell me the truth without decorating it. I am meeting you at the level of your honesty. When you move, I multiply. When you tell me the whole story, I rewrite the ending. When you place your today in my hands, I mend yesterday's torn seams and tailor tomorrow's shoulders to fit you. I have watched you feel unchosen. I have watched you wonder why others seem to be called by name while you stand at the edges, interpreting every delay as rejection. But I was calling you by a name you had never heard before, the true one, and because you did not recognize it, you assumed I was calling someone else. I am saying your true name now, the one that does not agree with shame, the one that cannot be auctioned to the approval of others. When you answer to that name, you will notice that certain invitations no longer tempt you. Certain accusations no longer stick to you, and certain rooms no longer drain you. This is not pride, this is alignment. Humility is not pretending you are less than what I made, humility is agreeing with my design without demanding applause. I am placing you where your design makes sense. I am giving you work that fits your bones, relationships that do not punish your softness, boundaries that guard your joy, and words that carry weight because they were forged in truth, not performance. Do not hurt your own heart by skipping this moment again. Skipping me looks like endless distraction dressed as rest. It looks like soothing yourself with noise while your inner room grows dusty. It looks like telling yourself you will begin when you feel brave, not knowing bravery grows only after you begin. Put down the performance that made you safe and pick up the presence that makes you whole. I am not asking you to become someone else, I am asking you to become what you were before fear taught you its language. I am not asking you to run, I am asking you to return. Return to the simple prayer that once opened your mornings like a window. Here I am. Do what you desire in me. Return to the quiet act of trust. I will do the next right thing I know to do, and I will do it with you. Return to the joy of small faithfulness, because small faithfulness in my hands becomes a river that carves canyons and turns deserts into gardens. You will sense resistance. Old shadows do not applaud when light enters the room. But their power is noise, not substance. When accusation rises, you always fail, you always fall back. Who do you think you are? Answer with what I say, You are mine, you are learning a new rhythm, you are permitted to change, you are allowed to be new even in old places, you are allowed to say no to what once controlled you, you are allowed to live without rehearsing pain to prove you are cautious. I am not asking you to forget your story, I am asking you to let me finish it. The unexpected that is coming is not a lightning strike of chaos, it is a gentle but unstoppable realignment that will surprise you with how right it feels. How familiar peace can be when you stop arguing with it. Do not measure what I am doing by the approval of those who prefer the older version of you. Some loved your compliance more than your wholeness. Some found comfort in your smallness because it required nothing of them. Bless them and go on. The path I am opening will expose the difference between those who love your destiny and those who love your dependency, and that exposure is mercy, not cruelty. You are not required to carry explanations into every room, you are required to carry light. Where I send you now, explanations will be unnecessary because fruit will speak. Where I send you now, favor will look like clarity and courage, not spectacle. Where I send you now, the work will be honest and the joy will not be thin. It will not vanish when applause does because it does not depend on it. I am healing your relationship with time. You have treated time as an enemy that steals what you love, but time in my hand is a servant that delivers what I promise. I redeem the time you surrender. I restore the years you release. I accelerate what aligns with your purpose and stall what would harm you, even when you call the stall a curse. In these minutes, choose me openly. If you are tired of bargaining, say so. If you are terrified of hope, say so. If you are angry at delay, say so. I will not flinch. I will not lecture you into silence. I will meet you in the honest place and walk with you into the healed place. The voice that tells you to harden your heart to protect it is not mine. The protection I give is softness guarded by wisdom, tenderness dressed in strength, mercy that knows how to say no without guilt. There is something specific I am asking of you while you read this. Forgive the moment you felt abandoned by me. I was there. I did not leave. I did not ignore. I did not enjoy your fear. I did not weaponize your weakness. I stayed. And because I stayed, you are here now, ready to breathe in a way you were not ready to breathe before. When you forgive that moment, the hallway you have been trapped in will open. And you will see doors you overlooked because pain made your eyes small. You will also feel a little unsteady because freedom is unfamiliar after long captivity. Do not confuse unfamiliar with unsafe. Take my hand. We will walk slowly until new ground feels like home. You have wondered whether your prayers are too messy, your faith too inconsistent, your dreams too extravagant, your past too loud. I am not afraid of any of these. Your messy prayers are music to me because they are honest. Your inconsistent faith is the seed I water because you keep showing up. Your extravagant dreams are not arrogance, they are the echo of the image you bear, the Creator's impulse to make beauty and give it away. Your loud past is not a disqualification, it is a dark sky that makes the stars I am lighting in you more visible to those who have stopped believing they can ever see brightness again. Do you understand? I am not ashamed of you. I am invested in you. I am proud of the way you kept walking with broken shoes. I am the one who gives you new shoes and a new way to walk. Now breathe and choose. The next moments are yours and mine together. When you rise from this word, do not rush to mute it with noise. Sit. Place your hand over your heart and say, I will not skip what heals me. If tears come, let them come, because they are washing lies from their hiding places. If memories come, hold them up to me and we will sort them together. If courage comes, act. If fear comes, invite me into it instead of promising you will fix it alone. This is the end of the bargain and the beginning of the trust. This is the end of the skipping and the beginning of the staying. This is the end of the wandering circle and the beginning of the straight path. I am with you now. I am not counting your failures, I am counting your yes. I am not timing your collapse, I am timing your rise. The unexpected thing you will witness will not be random, it will be the visible sign of an invisible surrender. And when it happens, however small or large it looks to others, you will know it is me because peace will not ask you to pretend. And joy will not require an audience. You will feel relief like a quiet river, and you will think, so this is what it is like not to run anymore. Guard that peace. Feed that joy. Keep choosing the next faithful step. Keep refusing the easy skip. Keep returning to the simple prayer. I will build the rest, and I will build it in such a way that no one will be able to say you engineered it with cleverness or hustled it into being with exhaustion. They will say, this looks like grace, and they will be right. 45 minutes was never about a countdown to fear, it was an invitation to attention. You are seen. You are held. You are allowed to start now. Do not skip me. Open your hands. Open your mouth with truth. Open your day to my timing. The unexpected is already on its way, and the door will not close on you when you arrive, because I am the door, and I am open that I am speaking to you now because your heart has been knocking and pretending it is the wind. You feel the tug and call it coincidence. You feel the warning and call it anxiety. You feel the nudge and call it distraction. I am not a distraction. I am the hand that set your days in motion and the breath that holds them together, and I am calling you close in this exact moment. You have said you want a sign, I have given you many. You asked me to make it plain, I am making it plain. Open your heart and do not skip this. There is a window open over you, and it is not the kind that stays open forever. I am not here to threaten you, I am here to rescue you from smallness, from delay, from the ache of almost. Take these words like water and drink them until your thirst becomes vision. 45 minutes is not the end of your life, it is the turning of your hour. An hour has always been more than 60 minutes in my hands, it is a doorway. When I say there are 45 minutes left, I am announcing a crossing. You have stood on the bank of one season, staring at the far shore, measuring your strength, counting your wounds, waiting for a bridge to appear. I am the bridge. Step where I tell you and you will not sink. The unexpected you fear is smaller than the unexpected I have prepared. The surprise that frightens you is a shadow, the surprise I have ordained is the sunrise. Do not hurt yourself by hurting me with unbelief. I am not asking you to impress me, I am inviting you to trust me. Do not say, I will do this when I feel stronger. Strength awakens in the act of obedience. Your feet learn the language of the path while they walk. The river that looks deep becomes shallow the moment you enter it with me. The mountain that looked unmovable begins to shift when you speak to it with the tone I place in your spirit. I am asking for your yes, not your resume. What you call unqualified, I call available. What you call late, I call right on time. Lift your eyes from the clock that accuses you and look at my face that anchors you. I am not measuring you by your delay, I am measuring you by your direction. Turn to me and you have already begun. You have worried that the door has already closed because of all you missed, all you postponed, all you sabotaged in moments of weariness or anger. Listen, mercy is stronger than momentum. A closed door in your memory is not a closed door in my will. I am the one who carries the keys. I am the one who sets before you a door that no one can shut, not even you, not even your past. But do not test this grace by sitting still when I say, rise. The grace I give is built for motion. It wants to run in you. It wants to rebuild what you watched fall and plant what you feared would never grow. Say yes to movement. Say yes to the simple actions that feel too small to matter. The seed looks small until it becomes the shelter that others need. The reason you keep feeling the same tightness in your chest when certain names come to mind is because I am pressing on a bruise that must be healed. You have carried betrayal like a second spine, rigid and private. You learn to survive by expecting the worst and rehearsing your defense. But survival is not the same as life. I am not asking you to deny what was done, I am telling you that pain cannot be the architect of your future. Forgiveness is not permission for evil, it is permission for you to be free. Release them to me and return to yourself. Let me be the judge and the keeper of justice. You are not built to carry scales in your hands every day. You are built to carry light. You say, what if I let go and I'm hurt again? You will be healed faster under my covering than you ever were under your caution. You say, "What if I trust and I lose?" You will lose the heaviness and find your real voice. You say, "What if the unexpected is disaster?" I say the unexpected is deliverance dressed in plain clothes. It will enter your day in a way that does not look dramatic to the world, but it will reset your map. A conversation will shift. A delay will save you. A closed opportunity will make room for the right one. An old promise will breathe again. Do not despise the ordinary forms of my extraordinary love. I prefer the small hinges that swing wide gates. Search your space for the objects you have kept as trophies of your sorrow, screenshots, letters, souvenirs of an old ache. You thought you were keeping proof, you have been keeping a prison. I am asking you to clear the altar of your life. Make room. Where there is clutter, there is a crowding out of the new. Where there is bitterness, there is a drought. Give me the box of old offenses and let me turn it into soil. You have wanted rain. I have wanted roots. If you will turn the soil of your heart by confession and gratitude, I will send rain that will not merely cool you, it will make you grow. The next steps are near you, not far. Do not worship the far. Your miracle begins in the next conversation, the next email, the next hard apology, the next choice to be quiet when your pride wants to roar, the next boundary you set with gentleness and firmness, the next morning you choose to rise before complaint rises. Your calling is not a lottery ticket, it is a pattern, woven thread by thread. Pick up the thread. I will show you where to stitch. When confusion shouts, answer with one simple obedience. When panic runs, walk. When shame lies, contradict it with a small truth, out loud.